I'm here with Ashley Torchia from our team, killer agent, been working hard, kicking butt, and we had one of those like weekend sort of aha moments a couple weeks ago where you get an inquiry, and I'm sure this has happened to everybody, and the client says, I want to go at this certain time, and you feel like that's the only time you can meet them. Now, it wasn't the case. So do you want to kind of share what we talked about and what worked for you here? Because this went from, hey, can someone take this client to securing a $600,000-$700,000 buyer for yourself, which is pretty awesome.
Right. Absolutely. I think the number one thing is to offer different times. Offer 2 different times, whatever day works for you, and most likely one of those times is going to work for that buyer. Don't just say no and go off and hand, that buyer to someone else. Offer them 2 other times because most likely they're they're flexible, so that's going to work out. And it did. And we met, and it was a great time, and it was really good.
So did you get like any pushback? Because I know you were like, we have like a Slack channel that said, hey, can anyone meet this person at this time? And I'm like, I jumped in. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I got to get on the phone with you. Like, was there any pushback? What was the client conversation like?
There was a little bit of pushback because he was going out of town in a week. He wanted to prepare for that and, do everything that comes with that. So he did say, no, can we please do today? And I said, unfortunately, today doesn't work. Does Saturday at 3 work for you? And he's like, oh, I have to talk with my wife. And I said, go ahead, talk with your wife. And, if 3 doesn't work, we could do 12. We could do earlier if that works. And then he did call me back and he said 12 o'clock would be great. So that really worked out.
So pretty easy. Now here's the thing. What Ashley didn't say is, I'm not available. I have something else going on. It was, hey, that time doesn't work. And the scripting here is pretty important because, like, if you were, let's say you were going to get, like, your hair done or you had, like, a social commitment, do you think the buyer would have been as receptive to adjusting the time?
Absolutely not.
And the thing here is that when you use this script, and we, like, practiced it on the phone, it was, hey, unfortunately, that time doesn't work. Does X or Y work better for you? And it's always you want to give one time before they want to go and one time after they want to go. So there's a speediness there on your part as an agent, but the people don't care what you have going on. So you didn't explain anything. You said, hey, that doesn't work, and left it at that?
Right, absolutely. I think the more information you give, they have more reasons to push back. So if you just keep it short and sweet and say, unfortunately, that doesn't work, they can't really push back too much.
Pretty simple. Now, how's it going with the client now? So you adjusted it to your schedule so you can meet him. How's it been going with the client? Do you have them in the funnel? Did they even like the first house they inquired about?
He didn't. He didn't like the first house. Over the phone, he loved it, thought it was the dream home, needed to get in there immediately. He didn't love it. We have seen some additional properties, and he's really critiqued what he's looking for. So we're still actively looking and, just taking it house by house.
So here's the thing. That house wasn't going to work anyway. So instead of thinking they're going to buy this first house, this is not the pandemic unicorn market where people are buying the first home they look at. How many homes have you showed?
3.
3.
3.
Perfect. So you're right in the zone where, like, you get to 6 to 10. That's typically where people make offers. Do you feel like you're closer now with these folks than you were when you first spoke to them?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. At first, it was a detached stone farm home, and now we're looking at townhomes and a more modern look, up to date, built very recently. So it's definitely changed a little bit.
Well, it's amazing how that happens. So I think that the lesson here is learn the script to get your calendar to work for you. Give 2 options, be flexible, and then just treat them like any other client. And they're probably not going to buy that home, I think is what a lot of people don't always realize. You think they're going to buy it right away. And he's telling you he's going to buy it, but the buyer probably didn't know what he wanted in the first place. What advice do you have for people that get stressed out about this? That they hear, oh, I got to meet this person at this time. What's your advice to them?
I would say take a deep breath, look at your schedule, and just don't react in the moment. Really plan things out and see what works for you. And offer additional times because most likely their schedule is going to be flexible. We're all very busy and we all make it work somehow.
It's a simple script. Unfortunately, that time doesn't work, Ashley. So would earlier in the day, maybe around 9 or tomorrow at 12 work better for you? And then they're going to pick one.
Yeah, absolutely. Options really help. People need options.
People like options.
Yes, they do.
Way to kick butt. Way to win the client. You want to get in touch with Ashley here about your real estate needs, you can check out her information at the bottom of the video. Thanks for coming on. Keep kicking butt.